Yes.
Heidi, hey, I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Hey.
Hi,
Well,
how's your day?
it's it's been good. I don't have to rush off today. Thank goodness.
Well, good. Well, let me get a couple
But
people in here. And Heidi, I kind of want to start with you, but welcome, guys. I've got who we got on here? Hey, Edward. Hey, man.
Good to meet you
Good to meet you.
officially.
Yeah,
How are
yeah.
you, Travis?
I'm pretty dang good. We should have
Good.
a pretty packed call here today. I've got something I want to teach on as well for everybody. Cool. Looks like we got quite a few platinum members in here too. Okay. Nice. All right. There we go. Okay. Well, let's kick this party off, guys. So, I want Heidi, can we start with your stuff, pretty please? I want to hear where
sure.
you are with the seller and the conversation
I
with her.
haven't talked to her.
Okay. Well, catch me up on things on where you're at with her.
Um, I haven't connected with her. I haven't talked to her.
Okay. And so, is that your next step is to connect with her?
Yes, I want to. Well, I didn't understand I really don't understand your numbers that you sent to me so that I can go through and go backwards with her
Yeah.
from because she is stuck on what that ARV is for that house and she's gonna say, "What?" Like she's gonna think it's all lowballing when I go, "Well, this is what I can offer you." But I need to explain that to her.
Yeah. Well, let's go through it so that you're clear on it, okay?
Okay.
And so, because the cash offer thing just isn't going to be very appealing to her. So,
Not at all. That's why I was
but
wondering.
let's go through, maybe then we just present the owner financing offer to her. Would you prefer to do that?
She doesn't want to do that.
Okay.
I know she doesn't because she really just she wants to sell it um and be done with it.
Okay. Well, then,
Um,
so if the cash offer I presented and she doesn't want to do owner financing, doesn't work, what would you like to do then with it?
well, I I mean I don't know. I like I said, I don't know how you broke down those numbers. I don't know how you came up with that for a cash offer and why that would be worth it for her.
Yep. So the way that we come up with all the cash offers, and I'm going to share my screen here just so I can show you this, and then we can
Yeah.
talk through it as much as you would like to.
Okay.
So her, what is her ARV on that home?
It's 245. It's basically 250.
Okay, 250. And what was the repair number we had? Wasn't it 30,000?
It was 37. And that's
37,000.
on a generous that's on a generous repair value. Like if
Like you think it's high, generous? What do you think is
honestly,
realistic?
um, you said it'd probably be under 20,000.
Seems like it to me. Would you agree with that after you walked it though?
Yeah.
You would? Okay.
Well, I'm not sure. I can't really I haven't had any experience.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I feel pretty good about it from the pictures I saw, but that's kind of
Yeah.
what I just would say to you. If you feel like it's like way off, then let's adjust it. But I think you would just turn around and list it, truthfully. It seems such a clean home. It's just not updated, right? Like the
It's
kitchen.
not updated. It probably needs, I mean, it needs paint and the baseboards are really like it just needs to be painted.
Yeah. So let's stick with 20,000. Okay. And so here's how we come up with the number. So we do the ARV times zero point 0.7 minus repairs.
Right.
Okay. And so this can be how you can simply explain it to her. And so we got 250,000 times 0.7 minus 20,000, 155,000.
Hmm.
It's probably quite a bit higher than what we originally were at.
It was you said 130, 137, I think,
Okay.
on
The reason,
the note that
the
you
reason
sent
why
through.
I always like trying to say that owner financing number too, Heidi, just so you know, is just so that they have two offers. And I like to end it with, hey, both of these work for me. Which one's better for you?
Right.
And so that's always our big thing with stating that.
Yeah. The one thing that I know the conversation that I had with her last was, I'm 72. I don't want to own her finance. She just like she's just older.
Why? What's the difference to her?
Well, she doesn't, I mean, I don't know if she'll live 10 years. She doesn't either.
There
Like,
it is. So there's what I'm trying to get out of it because here's the
yeah.
thing. Well, Heidi, so it sounds like you would own or finance it. You're just worried about you dying. And so what if we just ballooned it upon death then? That way you don't have to worry about this. Or we ballooned it in 10 years. So that's how you can make that owner financing offer still more appealing. Because that's why I said why to you is because it's exactly what we're looking for. And so, okay, well, what would make you feel comfortable then? Because owner financing is best case for me, and it doesn't sound like you like my cash offer.
So, I know these are remedial questions. I probably should know these in general, but
Okay.
when it's owner finance, she still holds the deed to the house, so she's still liable for everything.
No, so the deed will go
Okay.
into, um, so the deed will be in your name.
Okay.
Okay. She will just have a lien position.
Okay. Because
Just like,
these are things that I know I can explain to her that her responsibility is done if she wants to do owner financing for me, because I don't think she understands that.
yeah, she's probably thinking of it more like a rental property, for it.
Correct.
And so
Correct.
it is over at the time of sale. She just gets a monthly check from you.
Okay.
That's the end of it. And so if she says, "Well, Heidi, like, what if your renter doesn't pay?" And your simple response is, "Well, you still get a check. It's irrelevant to you. This is
Yeah.
just a good way for me that I can buy the home from you, Miss Seller. It's
Yeah.
just I don't have to go get cash. I don't have to pay for all the cash, and it's a low holding cost deal, and it helps lower my risk."
And it helps for a lower tax.
And it definitely helps lower our tax. Hey, or I'm totally fine buying it at 155. But either thing works for me.
Okay.
So whichever one is good for you, I'm happy to go
Okay.
down. But I think I was around 190 with owner financing, right?
Yes, it was right on 190.
And so I did that just to try to make it like ridiculously attractive for her. Um, so that was kind of the intention in that is that it was a very attractive deal at that. So I think go have now that you know a little bit more about that her pieces are done, go have the convo with her when you can, when she can, and
Yeah.
see how she feels about this, and then bring it back to me because this is a phenomenal deal. Um,
Yeah.
I just want you to,
I really hope she takes the cash offer because she'll have that in hand and she won't have to worry about the house.
yeah, just know the terms is better for you. But it would, I mean, well, you're still going to have a really nice cash pop here
Yeah.
too. But I would love to see you get it on terms because it's just
Uh,
great. It's a heavy cash flow and huge equity pay down over time. And she gets more over time too. But I think this is where you get to go find out what she really wants.
exactly. That part I
So,
can answer for you.
yep.
All I know is I know she wants to, she doesn't know all the different little pieces that might be more of an option for her.
Yeah. And if you get to a point with her, Heidi, and you're like, hey, I think this is, I think we got it. I just don't know how to structure it. Let me call my mentor. I'll call with you guys if you want.
Okay.
Like I'd be happy to do that. Like this, you've moved so fast since you got here. You haven't had the time to learn. I haven't had the time to spend
Yeah.
with. And so let
Yeah.
me help you with it if she gets you hung up because she's gonna have all these different questions, and I've probably answered them 100 times. And I can
Okay.
probably really help put her mind at ease with it.
Awesome.
And she probably feels super comfortable with you. So
Yeah, she does.
I, I think you're going to be in a great spot. And I don't want to be some random dude stepping in the middle of things, but I think I can really,
No, she knows where I'm at because I'm kind of walking with her through that so that she can feel kind of empowered and almost just helpful because it's better to give than receive type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, cool. Anything else on that, Heidi?
I don't think so. That answered more questions for me that I didn't really know how to explain. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Get you a little bit closer every time. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure, Edward. She's got a really, it's even on her street, man. And it's a gorgeous home. So she's going to get it. It's just I'm just getting with Heidi, and so I haven't had the time that I wish I had with her. But you'll get there. She's gonna get it. So we just gotta keep finessing it. Okay. Um, guys, I want to before I lose, I know I tend to dive into your guys' deals immediately. Amanda, can I teach on something for about 5 or 6 minutes and then come to you, or do you need to get a question and get out of here? You got time? Okay. So I've got some new folks on here too that are just getting in here, but Mark, I think you'll like this one too, man. And so let me show you guys something that I kind of just found out because it was required. And so let me tee this whole situation up for you. So I sold a home. I sold a house on 10 Hummingbird. Okay. I'm never going to spell it right when I teach because I'm just trying to move it quickly. And so I sold a house over here on 10 Hummingbird in Moultrie, Georgia, somewhere in Georgia.
You're
Um,
not sharing your screen if you thought you were.
I definitely did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna take you guys to my big screen over here. So I'm gonna be looking over here. So here's the house, guys. I sold this thing. It's Tim Hummingbird in Moultrie, Georgia. Here's the house, and Juan bought the home from me. So and he bought it contract for deed. Okay. And so on a contract for deed, your buyer cannot refinance a home. Okay. And so Juan called me and said, "Hey, I want to pay you off. Can I refinance the home?" So his lender called us. Now, Juan owes me 320,000 and I bought it sub two. So we owe, I think, 250 on it. Okay. And I said, "Juan, you can't refinance the home." Well, then his attorney, who is handling their closing, called me. And so I have a $70,000 equity spread here. So I'm pretty interested in this idea that an attorney has to where Ron can refinance a contract for me. Okay. Let me pause here before I keep going. Does this make sense to everyone? So I sold the house to Juan and I sold it to him on a contract for deed. So Juan cannot refinance a home since it is a contract for deed. Do I need to clarify that for anybody? Just pop off mute. I can't really see everybody now.
I need clarity. Can
Is
you
that typical for all contract for deeds
That is
that you
correct. No
can't refi?
refinance. Correct. No refinancing for contract for deed. Deirdre, help ask me a clarifying question.
I my understanding is like even if we're selling, I use Patrick, my son, as my example that anybody who's talked with me, that's who they heard. That, Patrick, even though his name isn't on the deed, but he could refinance and pay me off what the mortgage that he took out from me, like when we have that inside of the trust. So I guess I'm trying to understand what the difference is a contract for deed with what we quote unquote do.
Yep. So a contract for deed is just a piece of paper. So you could think of it like a lease option. Can't refinance a lease option, right? Because you don't
Okay.
own the home. The contract for deed, they don't have the deed in their name. So the deed is in my name. And once they fulfill the contract, once they pay me this 320,000, then the deed goes into their name and they can refinance. Okay.
What? Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
I don't understand why if Juan has the ability to go to the bank and pay you the $320,000, why he wouldn't be able to do that. I guess I'm not understanding that piece of it.
So let me try to put it in a different way. You cannot refinance a home unless you own the deed.
I get that piece.
Okay. So
But
one,
if he has the ability and maybe it's the language, how come he can't go out and take a loan out for $320,000 and buy the house from you for $320,000 that you have negotiated with him that that's the price of his home?
so you're saying go out and get a conventional mortgage, just a standard mortgage, right?
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it. Okay. Because one would have to put 15 to 20% down.
Okay.
So he can't do that. But he can refinance it and just get a lower rate. So he is going to refinance this home and basically have a new mortgage for 320,000 at 5%. Today he's probably at like 8 or 9. So he's getting no cash out. He's just doing a rate and term loan.
Can you explain that since you just said he can't refi on a contract for deed?
Correct. He cannot refinance on a contract for deed because the deed is not in his name. It's in my name.
And then you just explained he's renegotiating the terms at 320 at a 5% interest rate. Where does that come
Nope.
in?
I'm going to show you guys how he can refinance.
Oh, okay.
We made this up today on how to do it.
Oh,
This is
okay,
brand
okay.
new to me. This happened 2.5 hours ago. So I'm
So
going to
what
show
you just wrote down is what you just made up.
Yep.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
Yep. You guys are going to love this. So, but I want to make sure that we're clear. Does everybody understand that Juan cannot refinance because the deed is not in his name? He can go out and buy it all day. He can buy it, but he can't refinance.
I understand. Can you explain where the 320 and 250 came from one more time?
Yep. Juan owes me 320. I owe the bank 250.
Awesome. Thanks.
My pleasure.
So Travis, on a like something that people might be able to resonate with personally, and if I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
No,
If
go ahead.
if you're married and you go through a divorce and you're both on the mortgage and your spouse wants to refinance, they cannot because they are not solo on the deed. So it could be in that fashion or any fashion, but the deed has to be owned outright per the bank, per the law, to be able to refinance in any way, shape, or form. And so divorce is the easiest way I can think to explain that, whereas it seems like it would make sense, but it's absolutely not possible.
Yep. Thank you, man. Very good point. This is what's so helpful, guys, when we have a bunch of people, because like I feel like I just told Deirdre the same thing 3 times, but I never said it good enough. Right. And sometimes we all need to hear different things. Um, Thanks, man. That's very helpful, Edward. Okay, let me keep
So
going though.
Travis,
I want to make sure that everybody understands. Yes.
so real quick, how can he refinance anyways when you owe 250?
Well, I'm going to show you that in just a minute.
Okay, so next question. The house has to be worth more than 320 for him to have enough equity to refinance.
Correct. Correct. It is. Hey, what's your name, by the way? I only got S.
Sean. Sean,
What's up, John? It's good to meet you, man.
you too.
Cool. Okay. And I'll touch on that, Sean. But does everybody understand this piece so far? So I bought the home sub 2 for like 260 4 years ago. I sold it to Juan for 300 something. He owes 320 on it yet today. And Juan called and said, "Hey, I want to refinance it." And I said, "You can't, but you can buy it." And he said, "Well, I can't buy it because they're going to make a big O, I have to put a big O down payment down. But they'll do a refinance rate and term where they will pay off the 320 and they'll drop his rate to 5%. Everybody caught up on that or any more? Cool. Let me take it all the way through here and then I'll open it back up for questions. So here is what is so wonderful. Here's what's so interesting about this, and literally, this isn't me, guys. The attorney just called me and said, "Hey, I think we can make him refinance the house." And so, what the attorney said is, I am going to send you, and I have this on my laptop, I'm going to send you a quit claim deed today. And I want Travis to sign that. So I'm going to sign my rights. I'm going to sign that deed over from Travis to Juan. Okay? So I'm giving Juan the deed. And here's why I'm comfortable with it, because I was not. I said, I don't want to do that. Like, I'd rather him just figure out how to pay this off. And so, or just keep the loan in place. But the attorney said, I will hold this in escrow for you, and I will send that quit claim deed that now shows Juan as the owner to the lender, who will then allow a refinance. And so that quit claim deed is simply a formality that will allow Juan to refinance the home. And this is huge for us guys, because we have to tell our buyers all the time, hey, you can't do it. You can't refinance, but you can purchase it. And most people don't have enough equity in their first like 2 to 4 years, right, within it. Now they kind of have that the last few years with the amount of appreciation that's been happening. But this is what is so crazy, and this is what got me so interested in it, is because we'll get a $70,000 payday here at the end of the month now because of this. And so now I've sold so many homes on contract for deed. Now I can allow my buyers to literally refinance who never could refinance before. This is amazing for us, and it will be amazing for so many of you guys too. Okay, I'm going to stop there. There's 2 pieces here, this piece and that piece. Any questions on the second piece of this? Or comments too? And just come off mute, guys. I can only see a couple of you.
Hey,
Any-
Travis, Henry here.
What's up, man?
I came into the call just slightly late. I'm gathering you have a sub-2 deal that you are currently own, and the person that is buying the home from you now wants to refi, and then you'll get that's why you're going to get the 70 grand, and then it'll be off your shoulders.
That is correct. Yep. And I sold it to him contract for deed, Henry. I saw
Okay.
you come in, and truthfully, I think I made you hang out in the weight room, so I kind of messed you up there. But the I sold it to him on contract for deed, so they couldn't refinance.
Okay.
They could only purchase, right? They could only go outright purchase the home, which would require a big down payment from them. And so,
Okay.
because to Sean's point, they don't have an exorbitant amount of equity. I think the home's worth like 330 on it, 335. So they can't really do a refinance and pull a bunch of money out or anything. They can just do a rate and term, which would be cashing us out and lowering their interest rate.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Keep coming off mute, guys, if you got more on this. This is a really big deal for any of you with a portfolio, which I know some of you, your portfolios are rentals, but this is what's so huge in the future for you. And I'm going to show you guys even something more here too.
I think I'm a little confused. So you said that the only way to refinance, quote unquote, would be the rate and term, and I guess so. The attorney sent you the quitclaim deed. He wants you to sign over to Juan, and then the deed goes into escrow. Like, I don't understand after
Yeah.
the first line in the circle.
Yeah, you said it right.
It's just, Josh,
okay.
it's just held. I've
Okay.
seen this in divorces a lot, especially
Okay.
in California. To get that, like the wife gets the house, but to get the husband's name off and pay him out of his half or
Mhm.
whatever, the attorneys hold, she has to sign a quit, or he has to sign a quit claim deed, so it's only in her name. Then because it's in her name, she can appropriate that to the bank. And she can say, hey, I'd like to refinance this home.
Okay.
Because all of the legal stuff is in line, she can do it from that point. But the attorneys are holding it in escrow. So technically, it's nobody's home until she gets that money down and then she can have the deed.
Okay. And then once they show the deed to the lender, they
Yep.
can, the
They
rate
can
goes
say,
lower?
okay, we'll refinance it. This all checks
Okay.
and
Yeah.
we'll refinance this for the percentage rate that they are looking for.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So Josh, you could think if my wife left me and well, actually, never mind. I would just be saying the same thing Heidi did. So I'm not even going to reiterate it.
Okay.
She's,
Thank you.
yep, absolutely, man. Deirdre, uh, um, could I explain more, or does it land a little bit now?
No, I fully understand that now. I think I was a minute late too, so I didn't realize that he didn't really have any equity in there to have the ability, not the legal ability to refinance, but why he wouldn't financially be able to refinance. So I joined a minute late, so I missed that part. And now walking through, I totally get it and love it.
Cool. Thank you. I wanted to make sure you did.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cool.
Travis.
Yes, please.
Hey, are there any time constraints on a deal like this? You said that you had, a couple of years ago, I guess, bought it and then sold it to one. Like if he had bought it from you 2 months ago, is this still going to work? Or,
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So, guys, when it comes to investment properties, I bet a lot of you are familiar with the word seasoning, right? When you buy an investment property, like they typically require it to season for 6 months, sometimes three, and sometimes people will give you exceptions. But usually it has to season for 6 months before you can refi, especially a cash out refi. But Mike, I'm not aware of one for a personal residence. And so I think it's much different on the personal side. Truthfully, I'll know here shortly. But on our personal residence, I believe I could refinance my home every single year if I wanted to if I wanted to pay for it. Yep. Investment properties way different though, like 6 months.
okay.
And
Yes.
and just so I totally blanked on the quick claim because I'd heard that. And again, it's the divorce scenario, Heidi, was the best. It also depends on how you refinance your loan, how much equity you need to do that
Mhm.
successfully. If it's a divorce, easier. If you're a conventional, could be 20%. I think with a VA, FHA, it's going to be 0 to 5%.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And this is something I'm just interested in this. So I'm going to share more of my screen here. Let me get my financial calculator up.
Travis, can you also address FHA and VA compared to conventional? The difference is the seasoning, or why does it have to be a conventional?
Yes, I can. So let me address that. So Gerhard, I believe I um, would have misspoken if I said that. I believe it could be any of those on a refinance. I do not believe it needs to be a particular one. Typically, if it was a purchase, right, not a refi, I'm trying not to say too many words here. Like if it was a purchase, I believe it needed to be a conventional. Okay, because I don't think you would have the equity that the other loans would require. Maybe it could. I mean, it could be, but like my understanding is through the refinance, it could be any of those, really. So I think the other ones would kind of depend. So I probably misspoke on that if I said that. But here's what I think is so cool, guys. Like, so to point this out, and then I've got another thing I want to show you guys too. So just to overwhelm you some more, but check this out. Let's just say the loan was 320 and he did it right now with us. Um, that's my present value. So if some of you haven't seen this is my mortgage calculator. But I think we actually have him at an 8.5. And so his monthly payment is 2,460 a month. And so my understanding is he's going to drop to a 5.5. He's saving over $600 a month. by doing this. And so it's a good move for him to be able to do this. And I think they were able to roll most of his closing costs into the loan. And so, and he's a great buyer. He ain't missed payment ever since we've worked with him. And so, really cool thing to see. Now, let me show you guys something that's interesting because remember how I told you I had 70,000 in equity? So some of you on here, you have more equity than even that, but let's just use 70,000 as an example. You could go out to your portfolio that you have owner financed homes to, and you say, hey, these 5 houses, you pick 5 homes that have 70 grand in equity, and you go to all 5 people. I go to Gerhard, Edward, Peggy, Amanda, all of you who bought a home from me owner financing, and I say, hey guys, if any of you want to refinance this home this month, I'll knock off 10 grand that you owe me. And so you want to talk about a really slick way to be able to inject large amounts of cash very quickly, if you so wanted to. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to pursue that? Like maybe they're not qualified, right? But you'd get every one of their attention to go do so. So, yep. So that's what I've been playing with. And that's what I'm going to go back and play with as soon as we hang up on this call. I'm going to go look at all the equity positions, see if I want to pull any of that forward. So,
Can you repeat that last part what you would say to like the next 5 buyers that you have 70 grand in equity? Can you repeat what you had just asked them?
yeah. So Peggy, let's say you'd owner financed a home from me 5 years ago. Okay. So like your equity's grown a little bit, like you're okay in a position, but you're probably just happy with the loan. Like I got you at 8. Yeah, you could refinance and go down to 5 or 6, but it's not like life changing for you. If I called you and said, "Hey Peggy, I know you owe me 320,000 for the home, but what if I knock it off to 3? What if if you refinance the home this month or next month, I'll make you only pay me 310." Would you be interested in that? And so it would be
And
hard for somebody
if
to
it's
not be like,
not,
"Hey, I can pay less for my house." Go ahead. Sorry.
would they refi through? No, it's okay. Would they refi? Maybe that's where I'm getting confused. Would they refi it with you, or would they do this whole scenario with? That's only if it's under a contract for deed, right? This
They'll
whole Juan
refi with a bank.
situation.
But I do not refi.
And then it would be in their name
Mhm.
then, and they would pay you out, right? But you, instead of them owing 320, you would do everything for 310. So they would knock off that price. You would get that cash pop. And then that house would technically be off of your books and onto them.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of cool, huh?
Thank
Yeah, I'm not refining. I ain't dropping my own rate.
Yeah, I figured that I was missing a piece. I was like, I know that doesn't make sense, but okay. They
Yeah.
would refi with the bank. They would pay you off. You would get the equity spread. They would have the house as a conventional loan in their name.
Yep. And do you see the value in that? Like this is a pretty good house for me. This thing probably cash flows 750, 800 a month. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money. But 70 grand in our account is pretty good. I can create well more than 800 a month with 70 grand.
Right.
Yeah.
So smart.
I don't know. It ain't me, but like it's what I'm thinking of. So I always want to share it want to share these weird things that I come up with you guys. So, and I didn't even come up with it. Somebody, the attorney did. So, okay, guys, any final questions about this, or I'm going to go on to Amanda here.
I just wanted to clarify, your attorney is still acting as the middleman since they're holding the deed to make sure that Juan or whoever your tenant is pays you your money, and then he turns the deed over to him, correctly?
That is correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. So he put it in writing that I will hold this in escrow. It's only used as a formality to be able to finalize the loan. Because after the loan's finalized, Henry, it doesn't matter to me. Like I'm paid off, deed's in his name. The document just disappears at that point.
Right. Okay.
Yep. We just signed it though. Megan just printed it and signed it, and she's notarizing it right now. So we're gonna commit to it.
Hey Travis.
So basically,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mike.
Just one more question. So will the quitclaim deed be converted to a warranty deed when they refinance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Same thing. It'll be held in escrow as well. So,
Okay. Okay.
yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
In
And I
which
believe
Sorry, I came in situations would like
you use the not the quick claim, the contract for deed versus owner finance?
Okay, Trevor, say it again, pretty please. I missed the beginning.
In what situations would you choose to use contract for deed versus like using owner finance?
Versus truly giving them the deed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like why would you use that tool?
we don't give people the deeds anymore. And so we control them. So we either do lease options or contract for deeds or sell them in the trust. One of the three ways. So contract for deed, lease option, beneficial interest. One of the three ways. You're
Why would
selling
you
beneficial interest if you're using the trust.
You're selling beneficial interest. So why would you choose that method versus the trust?
This is just super fast. It's one piece of paper and nobody except my company.
Okay, speed.
The trust is through Jeff, with Jeff. Takes a little bit more moving parts, a few more people to contact, as you've seen. I still think it's the best way to do it. Sometimes we just get to humming along, and it's easier for us to do it internally. So I like the contract for deed. So Trevor, if they give me more than 25 grand, sometimes we'll get to exceptions, but usually more than 25 grand is contract for deed. Anything less is a lease option. And so that contract for deed closing is so simple. They sign the purchase and sale agreement, submit the 1,500 earnest money. Okay. And then a week later, after they've kind of done their inspections, gathered their remaining money, we send them a QuickBooks invoice. They pay us $23,500 and we sign the contract for deed through PandaDoc. It's so simple to do. And so that's why we really love that.
Okay. In Texas, I guess there's problems with lease options. I think you've mentioned this before that you can somehow substitute contract for deed in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Unless Texas has a problem with that, but I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Now I think I heard Cody.
Yeah,
You on
sorry,
now? Okay.
yeah, I am. I came in a bit late. Sorry, I was a little behind. I'm dealing with some insurance issue with my business. But
Okay.
so basically what I'm at is, and I came in right in the middle of it. We had a owner finance lease option, and it's basically getting transferred over to the tenant basically, and we're just kind of cashing out. We're just kind of going through the process of like cashing out from that, and then it's completely transferred over to the quote unquote tenant. Is that what it is
That is
for a
correct.
small concession?
That is correct. The only difference is,
Okay.
yeah, you're more or less right. I mean, for everybody that was on here the whole time, there's some nuances that are different, but essentially you are correct. Okay.
Okay.
Cool, man. I'm glad you picked up on that though, dude. I didn't see you come in late. So good job, man.
Yeah, it's about 28. My apologies, guys. And I hate that, but it is what it is.
Okay. All right, Miss Amanda, let's kick the party off with you, girl. What you got cooking?
Okay, so yeah, so well, something new came up today, so I want to talk about that. So a new property came up. It was one that I actually loved from a math perspective on Friday. Reach out to the
Okay.
wholesaler, and they didn't get back to me until Monday saying it was basically taken. Well, today I got it sent to me from a new wholesaler, same
Okay.
property. So, anyways, I don't know what happened, but
Okay.
this one pencils really easily. And I got all excited. I got my my inspector and my construction company to walk the property on Friday to try to make
Okay.
this offer. So what I'm trying, and I don't basically I'm still going back and forth with the wholesaler. So can you walk me through how this works with a wholesaler? And I do need to tell you one other thing. So my private money lender, who I worked with on another potential offer, gave me a 6% rate with a 12-month minimum, 2-year maximum for the, buy and repair loan. And I was like, I don't know about this, whatever. I got on a call with this guy like right before this call to make sure he's legitimate, because it basically said, like, in order for me to give you a pre-approval letter, this was last week, I'm going to need a 1%, processing fee. That's non-refundable, or that is refundable. That'll go towards the purchase of the property once we secure the loan or the funds. Well, I called him today and he's got like a foreign accent. Anyways, it's a really it doesn't feel good. He had to call me. I couldn't call him back. Like, it just doesn't feel right. And so now I'm freaking out because I thought I had my money secured.
Okay.
And I'm also like, what do I do with my credit? Because the application was with my Social Security number. So I'm kind of really freaking out. One, can I even put an offer on this house and actually get it funded in time? And two, I don't know. I'm I just need to be walked through all of
let's do some walking. So first thing, do you have identity theft insurance?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Every one of you need it. Okay. Everyone need identity theft insurance. Not trying to add to your, I'm not over here trying to tell you guys what to do with your life. But you need identity theft insurance. Xander is who Dave Ramsey recommends. I use just everybody Dave Ramsey recommends. So they can do it. I don't think it costs much, Amanda. You should check into it though. Especially with your businesses. You own, you got a 7-figure property, free and clear. You need a lot of insurances. The wealthier you all get, the more you're going to pay in insurance, a lot. And it's just part of the game till you can self-insure one because you're so wealthy. But okay. Anyway, there's that I care about you spiel. Next, the 6% rate, and a foreign accent, and you don't have a good feeling, then don't do it. That sounds horrible to me. I've never seen 6%, and requiring requiring a refundable amount of money. Why is that needed to begin with? So I'm going to say that is not real.
Well, okay, Travis, the other thing is I've got 2 or 3 other lenders that offered me between 5 and 7%, 100% ARV, or I have multiple people that have said this. Now I haven't gone that far with them. This guy was the nicest, so I was like, oh, I'll just start with him. And now I'm I feel like I don't know who to go to next.
Well, hey, look, if you do have some real money at 5 and 6%, which, just to be clear for everybody, I've never seen that. Okay. Maybe some private lenders, I've got them at 6 or 8 over the years, but it's people I'd worked with for a very long time. And they just wanted it higher than a T-bill, or excuse me, a treasury bond. So, but Amanda, I have never seen that. Okay. So just be very cautious there, and I'll look at anything you need me to, but I don't know if, I don't know if I could even help with that really, because I don't know how to tell whether it's completely legitimate or not either if you got to send something before closing. So,
well, I guess my question is, how do I apply for these loans and get ready for,
So how do we get money? So have you done Kiavi yet?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you set up with them?
Well, I'm trying to get 100% of the purchase and repair, not the 10%, 90%.
Yeah. So what you would need to do, so you can still work with Kiavi, but then you'll need to raise privately the 10%. So what's the purchase price of the home?
This one, well, 165.
So you'll need 16,500 in private money for that deal to do that. What's this deal going to cash flow? You're really good at running the math, by the way. Those are nice Okay, so
Um,
what's it going to
well,
cash?
well, it's on a flip.
You're going to flip it? Okay.
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'll need, I don't know, but the flip makes a lot of sense. So I'm just going with one strategy now just to get it
Let's go
done.
with that, man. You'd love that. I mean, from what we've talked about, like you'd love the big cash pump. So how much would you make on the flip?
So the flip conservatively will be 340.
What's your profit on it?
What on what?
On the flip?
On the 340?
But yeah.
Oh, sorry. I say that because the actual number is 355, but I'm playing
Yeah.
because all the numbers work, so it doesn't really matter. Basically it's 100 grand.
$100,000?
Yeah, so that's why I'm like all these numbers, I play with different ones because they all work. I just want to get the property.
Holy
It's like
crap.
very
Okay. So let me take you back here. Let me make this even more difficult for you. Do you see why I am encouraging you? You see why when I said like you have that seven-figure property free and clear to grab some money from it? Because you can borrow $16,000 from that property to make 100.
I know.
See why it's so valuable? Do you see why when you said, Trav, I just want to get to where you are with like yeah, I'll take it. That's why you don't have to twist my arm to give you 16 grand to make 100.
I know, but that like I don't have it right this second and I have to close this property. You know what I mean? But I do get what you're saying. Yes.
Do you understand the concept now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
So
Yeah.
we're past that hurdle. So that's
Yeah, we are.
it's a big win. Okay.
It is.
So now here's the beauty, Amanda. You got to go scratch, claw, raise, post money, post raising videos everywhere about raising $16,500 to make 100 grand. So this will be probably the easiest thing you ever do in real estate, which you've just never done it before. So it seems really hard. And I'm going to show you how to make it easy. Okay. So you're going to profit 100 grand on this flip. You do not have to do this. Okay. You do not have to do it this way, but I'm just going to show you how, like, you should go try to raise money how I do and go to your Facebook, text everybody in your cell phone, start building your email list, but drop it in here in the Facebook group about raising money and try to raise it at 12% interest. Okay. So, does that make sense?
It does. My only question is I've already built this whole on my Excel sheet of the lenders. And so I already know their lending criteria.
Okay.
Can I just,
Yeah,
submit
you can work with,
those?
yeah, for sure. For sure. And so, but if you need to work with somebody else, I'm just giving you alternative options.
Yep.
Okay. So if you need to work with somebody else, because you kind of said, hey, if these guys aren't real, what do I do? I'm telling you what you do now. Okay. So like just in case they're not real. So, and I hope so badly they are. And if they are, I would love to get their contact info because that's half of what I pay for my money. But the deals work at 12% all the time. But here's how you get it, guys. This goes for everybody on here. Okay. When you have a good flip, you have a smoke show of a deal and you've never raised any money, and it just seems so scary for you to go out and raise 16 grand. Go put you a little funding video together, like I taught you guys, most of you, how to do, except the new folks, and give them 25% of your profit. Give them 50% of your profit. Give them whatever you want to give them. You will have people begging and knocking down your door to fund the deal. That's why you guys have always heard me say I've never had a good deal go unfunded. Not one. Not in 700 of my own transactions, not one apprentice have I seen a good deal go unfunded. It's always the good part that is the difficult part for people. But you have a good deal.
Yeah.
All right. You gonna go do it?
Well, no, I have more questions though. So since I'm working with a wholesaler, so I do have to say, like, I know 160 would get it done. I offered them 145 because they said they could do it for 150. Now they want to, like, I don't know. Basically, I think I can get it for 155 if I wanted to not wait for
Okay.
their answer.
So you're good
So,
on the money. What is your next question about the wholesalers then?
so the question is, can they say yes to mine and still shop it while I schedule and pay for my inspection and my construction company to walk the property on Friday? Because I have both of them lined up so that I get those numbers back quickly.
Uh-huh.
Can they go shop it around? Because I already know it's a really good deal. So can they go shop it around and basically me spend the money and them come back and be like, I got a higher offer, you're out. They're
Well,
in.
it depends. If you sign a purchase and sale agreement and submit EMD, no, they cannot.
Okay.
You
Okay,
cannot
they
do
can't.
that. If you don't do that, then yeah, they can.
Yeah. Okay. And do I give them the purchase and sale agreement or do they send me one?
They're just going to send you an assignment contract.
Okay.
It should be like 2 pages. Okay.
Mhm.
You're just going to sign it. That's it.
And that's it. That's all I need other than giving them the EMD.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Okay.
it, girl. That's it. They can't shop it after that. So
Okay.
if they did,
That's
it
what I
would be-
didn't know if they had any rules really. So I was just wanting to make sure.
Well, so you guys will work with some wholesalers that don't have any rules, but if you signed that and it was sold by them, it's really bad for them. So, and you would get paid well if that happened.
Okay. And then the EMD, does that go in escrow or just straight to them or how does that
Yes,
work?
ma'am. It never goes straight to them, guys. So for anybody, it never goes to the wholesaler. It only goes to the attorney or titles office. Only.
Okay.
Never does it go to the wholesaler. Ever. No instances. Not one instance ever in your life. Not it's too good of a deal, Trap. Never. Not one time. Nope.
Okay. And then do I get to choose who I work with on that and send and lead that charge, or do they basically tell me, hey, send it over here?
These are really, you about to buy a house. That's what you're about to do.
Yeah,
are-
I'm chomping at
these
the
are the
bit. I'm
real-
telling you, I've got yeah, I'm chomping
These
at
are
the
the
bit.
real questions. So, sorry, I got distracted. Say it again, please. I was just getting excited.
So do I choose the attorney and titles office and lead the charge, or do
okay.
they tell me who, like, where to send it, who they're working with? What does that look like?
So it might go both ways. Typically, though, when you buy from a wholesaler, they will make you use their attorney.
Okay.
Yep, they're going to want to control the sale, as did I. When I was only wholesaling, I wanted to control it.
Okay.
Can I ask a question in conjunction with Amanda?
Yeah, you got to ask Amanda. I'm fine with it.
No, you're
Amanda,
fine.
can I?
Yes.
I literally had the same question wrote down, so I'm glad you asked. My question with that is, do they tell us, hey, this is what your EMD is going to be? Or because I know, Travis, you guys usually do an EMD of like $100 or $200 or whatever. Do they say this is your EMD, or are we in control of that?
No, they're going to say it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, they're going to say typically multiple thousands of dollars for a wholesaler. I would. I mean, we were always doing 5 or 10 grand EMD. So, yeah, they're going to ask her for a chunk of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then you say, no, I'll give you this and it works. What?
Yeah, how do we kind of control that?
You don't. You just hope that you can get it for as small as you can. So you don't. It's their deal.
Okay.
They can do whatever they want. They're in full control. So they do need you to buy it though. But when you have a deal, usually you're the hot chick at the party. So they're probably going to get what they ask for. But you can always tell them less. Like what I'll tell a lot of people is when they want 5 grand EMD, I'll be like, guys, my earnest money deposits are killing me. Can I do 2,500 on this one?
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks for letting me hijack that question, Amanda. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Amanda,
worries.
keep going. Let's make sure you got it because you're
yeah.
probably like good to buy the house. So
Yeah, well, okay,
else?
so this is the other thing. So part of my negotiation, because I did go lower. Like basically these guys, they listed it 20 grand more than the other one a week, like last Friday. So I was like, what's the deal, guys? And then he said, well, what can you do 150? And they listed at 185. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do 150. But because they said that, I went and said, how about 145? So I've been kind of like doing this dance with them. But at the end of the day, all those numbers work. So should I just say, let's stop the back and forth? Does 155 work and let's do it?
I
Just
would.
because I do know that I want it. I do not want to lose it because there's so much cushion here that I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, we always say, yeah, when we have a deal, we say yes. Like I don't try to get a deal lower. Like I bought, we buy deal. Like I bought a deal from Drew in here this week. Like I didn't ask him for a different number. His number worked, so I just took it. And he's an apprentice. I would love for him to make like a fortune off of it because the number worked for me. And so like
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody makes on the deal. I just need the number to work for me. Like
Yeah.
if you were assigning me a deal, Amanda, and it was for 110 grand and I said yes, and then I found out you got it for 40,000 and we're making 70 grand on a wholesale fee, I'd be like, that's so freaking cool. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing. Like that's what I want for everybody. And that's why if people are ever wondering what markets, I'll just tell them like you can go into mine. I'll buy all your houses, in that area. Like I prefer you guys to do your own areas and stuff, but like it's an easy way for us to buy homes. But yeah, I always say yes, Amanda,
Yeah.
when it works.
Okay. So then my next question is, so on that purchase and sale agreement, I mean, you're not saying like, hey, inspection needs to do this. Like, I mean, where are those line items or how does that work?
Like you inspecting the property?
Yeah, because I've got an inspection lined up and my construction
Yeah.
crew
He'll
ready to
coordinate it
walk
for
the
you.
property on Friday.
He'll coordinate it for you. The wholesaler
But I'm
will.
just saying, does anything protect me from anything being discovered
Oh, yeah,
and backing out
you
of
can
that?
ask
You know
for
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, you can ask for it. He can say no too.
Right.
So he can say, you need to go ahead and inspect it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep shopping it. Or
Yeah.
what we try to do is have it written in the assignment that, hey, as long as nothing's wrong with the major mechanicals, I'll buy it at this price.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that include like foundation issues? Because that's
Yeah.
not mechanicals. It does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That
and
usually
then
works, okay? That usually works because they're really confident in what's wrong with that home. When I was wholesaling, guys, just so you know, I had the home inspect when I put it under contract. I had an inspection. I ordered an inspector to come, so I would pay 450, and that way, when I'm talking to you, Amanda, you don't need to do an inspection. I'll send you the report, and so it allows us to make a deal with zero contingencies right then and there.
okay. And then I guess the next part is like what do you say about when you can close with title involved and like how long does that process?
He's probably going to tell you.
Oh,
He's going to
okay.
say you have to close by July 15th, or you have to close by August 1st, or he might say, hey, sooner the better, when works for you.
I guess my question on that, because I don't know how long title takes, like what is the timeline that's realistic?
Shoot for a month. Shoot for a month. All closings, guys, always shoot for 30 to 45 days if you can. They're going to push them up on you if they need to.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm good then.
What are you doing now?
I'm gonna go back to him probably and be like, hey, let's just do this at 155 and be done.
Cool. That's what I was hoping you would say. Okay.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I-
You got
Okay,
it.
well, actually, no, one last question. So
All
about
right.
the fact that
This is
these
all you
people,
get. This is
I
all you
know,
get.
okay,
You
okay.
got enough, girl, to go get this deal.
Well,
I'll give you this.
what I'm scared about is the fact that this random lender has my social security number and I have to go get lending. Well, what if like how do I protect that and get lending? You know what I mean? Like with like a free normally you would do a freeze, but I can't do a freeze because I've got to get
I'm really not sure, guys. We used to have some skip tracing tool called like TLO or something, and I used to be able to pull social security numbers with that skip tracing. So I don't know what can be done with the social security number, like and things like that. It was like a PI um, background pull or something wild like that. So I don't know what can be done with Social Security. Uh, Amanda, I don't know, call Experian maybe? I don't know who you call.
That's what I'm gonna do. I just want to know because I still need the money, right? I still need to go out with somebody and,
Yeah.
have
I mean,
access to that since.
I don't think anything's going to happen. Okay. I'm sure it can though. I'm sure it
Okay,
can.
well, I'm
I
gonna
just
take
don't
that
know.
good juju and hope for
Yeah.
the best though.
Just
Okay.
say a prayer on it. Like rebuke
Yes.
that you sent that to him. And we'll see how it
Okay.
goes. So
All right.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. Okay. Guys, anything on any of those topics that I covered? Or I'm going to go to like Peggy and Trevor. I don't know about the Social Security. If anybody has any comments on that, I'd love to hear them. I don't know how that thing works. So,
I would recommend maybe like if you're still talking to the guy, just keep leading him on until you get yourself that identity theft stuff. Because if you shut it off, then he will potentially continue with his next plan. If that makes sense, just lead him on. Be like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. That way, whatever his initial plan is, he wants more information from you, right? Just don't give him any more info. If that makes sense, that way it at least prolongs his next step.
Yep. No, I'm on that for sure, Michael. Thank you. I'm
Mm.
gonna keep him thinking I'm gonna send this.
But yeah, trust your gut. I feel the same way. Like if you feel like, man, I just don't know about this, then there's a reason you feel that way. So, yeah.
Thank you.
cool. All right. Wonderful. Anything else, guys? I'm going to go to Peggy. All right, Miss Peggy.
Okay. Did you get a chance to watch the looms that I sent you in Facebook?
I believe I watched one of them, but not all. How many were there?
There were 3.
No, I did not watch all 3. Hit me with
Okay.
the 2.
Okay. The last one was just going over the flip deal analysis. It was super fast.
Okay.
So the first 2, were you able to look at the pictures in the G Drive link I sent you by
I believe
chance?
so. Yeah. Do
Okay.
you need me to pull them up or
If you want to, that's fine.
do you tell me? What are we doing?
So I kind of want to analyze it to see if I did my numbers correctly, to see if this is going to work as a potential deal.
If you use the deal analyzer, you did. What would we say differently from the deal analyzer?
Well, I just want to make sure if I did the numbers, like if I did it on a wrap, that I figured everything correctly. On the flip deal analysis, let me go back to it. I believe, well, and I forgot about your the ARV times 0.7 minus repairs. So I did that, which the wholesaler is saying 265 for a purchase price. And when I did that, which when I do 265 in the flip deal analysis, it says 49.9 on a 6-month hold.
Okay.
When I did the 0.7 minus repairs, so I was estimating 30,000 in repairs. I was just trying to be really generous with my repairs, so just in case a surprise comes up. But when I did the ARV times 0.7 minus repairs, it was it was 243.
Okay.
So if it's 243 in the deal, then it would be roughly 74,000 that the deal analyzer says.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm looking at everything correctly, because for me, I'm like, is this too good to be true? Did I mess something up? I'm not super confident yet.
No. I mean that's the whole reason why I created that thing is because you only have to plug in 3 numbers. And if you put those 3 numbers in, you can't get it wrong.
Okay, I did talk to an agent today. She's going to do some research because the properties that I use to comp are not on acreage, and this property is on 3 acres. So I asked her, the wholesaler told me that the 3 acres would add about 90,000 to the value.
That's a lot. That's
So
a
I
lot.
asked her that, and because I wasn't sure on that, so I wanted to run it by her. She said she's going to look at it and get back to me. So the
So
ARV, oh, go ahead.
3 acres, just to like clarify for some people, like now this might be a bomb area, and so it might be true, but for 3 acres to add a $90,000 value to an existing home sounds like a ton to me. That sounds very high.
And
So
that's what I wasn't sure of, because the comps that I found are between 345 and 359.
okay.
And he was like, oh, but those are not on acreage. They had less than an acre. So he's like, yeah, it'll add 90,000. And I added that to my ARV to see, and the numbers check out. But I also, like I said, I called an agent. I called two. One called me back, who has sold a property in that same neighborhood or a little over, just to make sure. So I'm like, I'm not familiar with the area. I'm not familiar with how much acreage adds. So
Okay.
she's gonna get back to me with her ARV.
Perfect.
But if you looked at the pictures, am I correct in thinking about 30,000 in repairs? I was like, the kitchen to me looked okay. I just added paint and then both bathrooms and then the yard.
Is this McMinnville?
Yeah, no, it's Harrison, Tennessee.
Got it. Did you move to Tennessee?
We are in Tennessee, yeah.
Okay. Tell me the repair number again.
I said 30. I did paint for 5,000, both bathrooms, so 10,000 total.
I
And
think
then I said
30's
about
fine
1,000.
for 30's fine for interior, Peggy, but you have a pool. You have an in-ground pool in the back. So you're gonna have
That
to
was
add,
my
you're gonna have to add at least another 10 to 15 because they're gonna have to dig it and fill it.
So that was my question. That it may have been in the second loom. What do you do with pools? Like, do you clean it out and sell it with a pool, or sell or finance it with a pool, or what? The wholesaler said that.
That one doesn't look like it functions.
Okay. So I did ask about that, and the wholesaler said he thought that the pool equipment was newer and that the pool needed a cleaning.
I think this
So
wholesaler's feeding you some lines. So I think you got to be a little
okay.
careful. You got to just run your own stuff, see what they say back, but add 15 grand for that pool.
Okay. And then he also said he's not sure about the septic, and I didn't know, like, do I need to add something in for the septic? Is that on the, like, an inspection that they would
Yeah,
say, hey, the septic's not good?
There's a septic letter that we'll get, but let's not do that until the agent gets back with you and that you add the 15 grand and see if the deal still works. And then we'll get a
Okay, so
septic letter if we need to.
30 for the interior and 15 for the pool and like the bushes and trimming and all the things.
The interior is freaking nice. That's a nice house. So, that's an attractive home too, with all of that movement in there. Yeah, I mean, you might not even be at 30, but we could do something new with that kitchen. So, yeah, that's fine. Stick with that.
Okay, so about 45 for repairs right now, and then run it that way.
That's real hardwood too. It's a nice house.
Okay. Yeah,
Double
I thought it was.
everything.
So, okay, sorry. Let me ask this question. The pool we would fill in, or we would redo it and sell it with a pool, or sell or finance it with a pool? I don't
I do
know
not
what you would do
know.
with pools.
I do not know. But your worst case
Okay.
is you're going to add 15 grand because you're going to dig it and fill it.
Fill it. Okay.
Yeah.
And if it's good, then we would clean it and
I don't.
advertise it with pool.
I do not think it's
Okay.
good. I'm going to be that equipment that he told you is new.
It
looks like-
didn't look. I
So-
didn't think it looked great, so I wasn't sure. But okay. So the easiest thing is just to fill it,
dig it and
leave it
fill it.
be.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna run the numbers with that and then I'll get
But let
back
me
to
know
you on
what this
Facebook.
agent says, okay?
I
So,
will. I will.
okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Trevor. And for the newer guys, if you guys have anything, you're like Derek, we haven't even got to talk yet, man. I just sent you a message though. But you can, if you guys got any comments or anything, just come off mute. Edward's been doing a good job of it anyway, but you can raise your hand in there. I just kind of call on everybody in order. I know I haven't even got to onboard you guys yet, but I'll get you onboarded. So, all right, Trevor.
Hey Trev, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on my thing.
Okay.
Um, basically the guy fell through and stopped answering phone calls or any communication with me, and so I'm a little demoralized on that, because I was so close to being free from this
That was a
deal.
big down payment too. Okay.
Yeah. So,
You got it
uh,
live again?
huh?
You got it live again?
It never went off. He never gave me earnest money, and this is a lesson learned, but I started to focus on closing the deal that I started to neglect marketing a little bit. So now I'm playing catch up, boosting that. So I'm kind of uh, focusing on things that I have control over,
Right.
which are trying my best to boost signal for marketing, and I can affect demand by, lowering price. So I've lowered the price $10,000.
Okay.
Uh, and the primary reason is that you know, I'm I have no leads right now. So I think that maybe the price might be an issue. So
Well,
dropped it.
you said you're just, I don't know so much that the price is the issue, man. You said you kind of stayed away from being able to do it because you put the attention here. And so
Yeah.
I worry so much about what you did because you weren't doing anything with it. And so what I would do if I were you is you take this back to market, and when you have a buyer, take your lesson learned and your licks here, like because you guys have all heard me say this a lot. Like when you have a buyer, we sign an agreement and we get an earnest money deposit. Like
Yeah.
we don't talk to them for more than like a day or two. Like
Yeah.
that's we're signing it and they're submitting it. And so, and I think you knew that was probably like a little wonky that they weren't doing that all along. And so
Yeah.
now you know again in the future when they say I want it, be like, great, are you ready for some paperwork?
Hmm.
And if they say, whoa, whoa, I don't know, and be like, okay, well, do you have additional questions? Like, because we're ready to sell this property. So I think you can, now you know it's the first thing you do, man. And don't let these people go again. That guy may have never been a real buyer anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
wouldn't let that like demoralize you. But now you know, go sell this puppy and sell it. You know how to do it. You've walked through every step with these people twice. So
Yeah.
sell this sucker, man. It's a beautiful home at a great
So
rate.
do you think it's because I already did just drop the price 10,000. So you think it's a mistake to, you know, drop the price till it gets sold?
Uh, I don't think you're probably thinking about it correctly because of what just happened. And
Right.
so leave it at the
Exactly.
price that it's at for the next 60 days. You're in the hottest selling season of the summer, guys. This is the best time to be buying, best time to be selling. There's so much pressure in the market. Like we've never seen so many deals in our market. We're at four. We got another one sent to us today for a sub two. They'll take $1,000 and walk away. The wholesaler will. And so like we can't even keep up with our deals and we're only buying from random wholesalers. So, and it's just because I'm putting such a big emphasis on these wholesalers right now. I'm putting them in go high level and I'm texting them saying, "Hey, what deals can I look at?" And that's it. Like it's the most unfancy way ever, but there's so many deals we're looking at, but we are selling so many houses right now with owner financing too. And so just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. If you want to, you drop the price 10 grand, it's fine. Remember how I add a 3% administration fee when I sell a home? Just add a five. Do five. Made up your 10 grand. So don't worry about it. Sell the house and sell it well, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you got it, dude. You got it. You take your lick. Now go sell this thing well. So and be ready. Be ready to collect deposit and the purchase sale agreement. So if you do not have QuickBooks, I use QuickBooks. However you want, but they must be able to send you $1,500 on the spot, and you must be able to send them a freaking text, and they open it and they input ACH information, and you collect it. Got to be ready. Cool. Okay, man. Don't let worry about this, dude. Shake it off, man. Shake it off. Let's go get it.
All right.
Heidi's the sports coach, so I feel like I should probably tell her to tell you to shake it off. But you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So
Cool.
okay. Patrick, I'm gonna come back to you, man. I saw you dropped your hand and Destiny's here.
Hey, what's up, Travis?
What's up, dude? I know you still took out those two deals?
Yeah, I went to go talk to the seller today. So I gave him the contract. He was firm on the 320, but has like new roof 2 years ago. Everything's pretty good to go.
Okay.
And he's gonna take the paperwork to his attorney. The property is worth 370, 380.
Whoa. Okay. So it's worth what you thought it was. Good.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna just reach out to some of my realtor people and see if they have any buyers for it.
How big do you have like a realtor list built, or can you just go into the MLS and pull it all?
Yeah, I have a lot of realtors out here that I know that have
Hey,
clients.
I got something I'm going to show you guys, and then we'll get off here. I try not to keep you guys too much longer than an hour, but I got something I want to show you too. But Patrick, I want to make sure I answer everything. So do you have more on that though?
Just that is just an update. He's gonna take the documents to his attorneys and
Okay.
he's let me know if he's good to go.
Okay. Cool. What's he doing? Just reviewing them?
Yeah, with his attorney.
Okay. Just trying to
Yep.
get the sign off for it.
Yeah. He thinks I'm buying them though, but I have it on there as like my company or sign.
Yep.
As everything's on there. So I have everything in writing.
Okay.
Even says like my investors or partners might buy it. It says in there in the contracts.
That's cool, man. That'll work just fine. Yeah, and I mean we've put, our partners will buy it. That's another thing you can do too. But I want to show you guys something because I kind of feel like the agent thing is starting to come back around. And so I'm going to share my screen in just a second here. Let me get all this stuff pulled up. And I'm going to tell you what we're doing with it. And then we'll probably have I'll teach on this again. Check this out, Patrick. And I know you're an agent, so I'm not though.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So check this out. I went into Augusta, Georgia, and I can do both, like buying and selling agent. And look at this. I just got all 1,855 agents, and I got a guy on Upwork that'll input data for $5 an hour, and we're going to have them go in and they just click on this guy's name and it gives them their email and phone number. And I'm going to put them into Go High Level. So Go High Level is my CRM. If any of you are wondering, I'm sure most of you have your own, but I can literally just go in and send a text to everybody and say, hey, you got any houses for sale? Or in your instance, Patrick, I can just go in and say, hey guys, I got this unit, and it's a two, whatever they are. I can't remember what they are. They're duplexes or tries or
Yeah,
something.
2 units.
And so, hey guys, I got this duplex. I'm willing to let it go for 330, 360. Just build your commission in on top and let me know if you got a buyer. I got to close by the 15th. I can send it to all 1,800 people at one time. And so this is going to be a pretty valuable thing that we're going to start doing for owner financing, because there's, agents bring us buyers at times. And so I'm going to put these 1,800 agents in here. And when I owner finance a property, I'm just going to send it out. and say, hey guys, y'all got any buyers? I got a house for 180 grand, looking for 30 grand down, 1,500 a month. And I'll give you guys 2,500 bucks if you bring me a buyer. Thought that
Gotcha.
was
Okay. Do you use True Data as well?
yeah, mine's Cash Flow Hunter. So I got the same thing.
Okay. That's not considered a CRM, or is it?
I don't use it. I think it is though. I don't use it though. I don't think it
Okay,
can do
because I'm
like,
looking at Go High
we can
Level.
yeah, dude. I mean, I would use Go High Level. But it's $100 a month, guys. So like, don't just go High Level if you're not ready for it. And if you are ready for it, use ours. We have a promo code for it, and it'll give you our uh, system, like my whole built-out system. It'll give it to you, and it's the same. It's the same cost that it would be.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna look into that for sure.
Cool. Okay, guys. I hope this was of some value. I feel like this was a pretty good little call we had right there. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. And you guys hit me up in between here and there if you guys need anything at all. So otherwise, I'll see you all tomorrow and we'll rock and roll some more. I'll probably have something new I stumbled into tomorrow. So catch you guys then. I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks.